What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts. I'm Tamaj, and today I'm here with Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 4, Cripples, Bastards, and Broken Things. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Lady Stark, I think her name's Catelyn. I think I'm getting better with the names. Y'all been helping me. But she believes, they told her Tyrion, I think that's the name, Lord Farquaad, that's what I call him. He had a specific blade, and that was the blade that the assassin used to who tried to kill their son Bran. She traced it back all the way to the kingdom, told Ned, and he's gonna, I guess, investigate, and when he gets concrete proof, he's gonna bring it to the king. The mom, I feel like she's gonna take things into her own hands. She suspects Tyrion. He's on his way to Winterfell, so that may cause some problems. But he just left Jon, who was at the wall. I believe it's his uncle who went out and said he can't come yet, but I think next time. But basically, he's helping train all the other people there because they're not battle ready. And the older folks there told Tyrion to tell the rest of the Lannisters in the kingdom that if something ever happens there, they're not equipped to handle it. They're old, they're untrained, they have no weapons or updated equipment or anything. So yeah, they just need some help over there. Plus the conditions are harsh, so it's like give them some support. Arya is training. She's been getting a little bit in trouble. She's definitely on the Lannisters' bad side. Sansa's trying to be neutral because she wants to marry the prince one day and be queen. But I just don't agree with that because, like, your family always comes first. But she's a kid. She has desires, and she doesn't want to mess that up. So she played it safe. But, like, that could have had bad consequences for your sister. She didn't seem to care, though. She's kind of selfish. But I'm going to chop it up, too. She's a kid. What are their names? The Targaryens. They're still on their way with, I think his name is Khalees or whatever, his people. Or do they call that, or they call Daenerys that? Khalees or something, whatever. Drogo, I think his name is. He's on his way with his army, but they're across the sea. So I don't know how they plan on taking the army and coming over, but Ned's not too worried about it. He's pretty confident, but the king is kind of, but we'll see what that goes. Am I missing any details? I think that's just about sums it up. But if you guys want to get ahead, you can join my Patreon. I usually react to 2 episodes a week, plus Patreon had a head start. So they're a few episodes ahead, so you can always join there if you want to watch more Game of Thrones. YouTube, I'm taking a bit of a slower approach so I can keep up with the editing. But yeah, we're going to jump into this, y'all. Full and early reactions are available on Patreon. Link in the description. Cripples, bastards, and broken things. Let's do it. Y'all told me to pay attention to the opening. It tells me where we're going. Winterfell to the wall. So our usual places. Across the sea. Something about the door pack or something. I think this is where the Dany is and her. So our usual spots. This got to be a flashback because he can't use his legs. I thought he said he would rather die, which makes me sad because he didn't deserve this. What the fuck? This bitch got 3 eyes? I knew I wasn't crazy. I didn't want to say nothing because I wasn't sure, but
the little lord's been dreaming again.
I don't know.
We have visitors.
I won't be playing with that direwolf.
Really? If I was cooped up all day with no one but this old bat for company, I'd go mad. Anyway, you don't have a choice. Rob's waiting. Help Bran down the hall.
Hold on.
Yeah, they don't have wheelchairs and stuff, down in this time, which sucks. So he has to be carried everywhere.
I must say I received
Not
a
bridal
slightly
style.
warmer welcome on my last visit.
Any man of the Night's Watch is welcome at Winterfell.
Any man of the Night's Watch, but not I, eh, boy?
I'm not your boy, Lannister. I'm Lord of Winterfell while my father is away.
And you might learn a lord's courtesy. Hello, Bran. Do you remember anything about what happened?
He has no memory of that day.
Do you like to ride, Bran?
Yes. Well, I mean, I did like to.
The boy has lost the use of his legs.
What of it? With the right horse and saddle, even a cripple can ride.
I'm not a cripple.
Then I'm not a dwarf. My father will rejoice to hear it. I have a gift for you.
They're so
Give that to your
sarcastic.
saddler. He'll provide the rest. You must shape the horse to the rider. Start with the yearling. Teach it to respond to the reins and to the boy's voice.
That's nice of him.
Will I really be able to ride?
You will. On horseback, you'll be as tall as any of them.
Why do you want to help him?
I have a tender spot in my heart for cripples, bastards, and broken things.
Can resist some northern arts. If you like redheads, ask for Roz.
Come to see me off, Greyjoy. Kind of you. Your master doesn't seem to like Lannisters.
He's not my master.
No, of course not. What happened here? Where is Lady Stark? Why didn't she receive me?
She wasn't feeling well.
She's not in Winterfell, is she? Where did she go?
The lady's whereabouts.
The lady.
He is
Your
smart.
loyalty to your captors is touching.
Not captors.
I believe your
He puts
uncle
things
was
together
responsible.
really quick.
What in 7 hours is that?
They'll need an 8 to fit him in. Somewell Tarley of Hornhill. I was at Hornhill. I've come to take the black.
Come to take the black pudding? Well, you couldn't be any worse than you look.
Y'all
Right.
so damn rude.
See what he can do.
Uh-oh. Yeah, see. That's why you don't be talking crazy to people you don't know. Oh, well, he ain't shit. Never mind.
On your feet.
Sir, get your ass up. Have some. Oh my god.
Again, harder.
John doesn't like that. He's.
Yielded.
Looks like the bastard's in low.
He's the only decent one here. Y'all, the rest of y'all ain't shit.
Lord Snow. You wish to defend your lady love? Just make it an exercise. You two.
So the three of them versus
Sure you
them
want to
two.
do this?
No.
Yeah, y'all don't stand a fucking chance. Stop playing with him. Ooh. We got armor. Bitch.
Deal.
Mm-hmm. That's what we thought.
Go clean the armory. That's all you're good for.
I'm about sick and tired of half these characters on this show. I really am. Like, the way they treat people who don't have a say in their circumstances is just beyond me,
My
man.
mother calls me
It's
Sam.
not going to get any easier, you know. You're going to have to defend yourself.
Why didn't you get up and fight? I wanted to. I just couldn't. Why not? I'm a coward. You know, people saw us talking to him. Now they'll think we're cowards too.
Who gives a damn? What
You're
they
too
think?
stupid to be a... Quick now.
Sir, keep all that spit in your damn mouth. I just can't with these people, man. I couldn't do it. If I was John, I would have to leave. I'm sorry.
Why is Dothraki? City of the Horse Lords.
Shit twigs. Best these savages can do.
These are my people now. You shouldn't call them savages.
I'll call
Yes,
them what I
David.
like because they're my people.
No, you have no power. Why don't you understand that?
Marching the wrong way with my army.
He really thinks he's the shit. He has no power here. I can't wait until Dany proves to him that he has no power. Like, I can't wait for that moment he realizes it. I don't know what she's gonna do, but she's gonna do something. Because she's getting more and more confident. So,
If my brother was given an army of Dothraki, could you conquer the Seven Kingdoms?
The Dothraki have never crossed the narrow sea. They fear any water their horses can't
But
drink.
if they did,
King Robert is fool enough to meet them in open battle. But the men advising him are different.
and you know these men,
I fought beside them once. Now Ned Stark wants my head. He drove me from my land.
you sold slaves.
I've no money and an expensive wife.
And where is she now?
In another place,
living her best
with
life.
another man.
She ain't shit just like you ain't shit. Y'all be selling y'all souls to the devil for these women who don't give a damn about y'all. Not the slob. Do y'all even brush your teeth?
My grandfather and uncle were murdered here, weren't they?
They were killed on the orders of King Ares, yes.
The Mad King.
Commonly known as the Mad King.
Why were they killed?
You should speak to your father about these matters.
I don't want to speak to my father. Ever.
Sansa, you will find it in your heart to forgive your father.
No, I won't.
Last night we had a tavern riot, a brothel fire, 3 stabbings, and a drunken horse race down the Street of Sisters.
Dreadful.
If you can't keep the king's peace, perhaps the city watch should be commanded by someone who can.
I need more men.
You'll get 50. Lord Baelish will see it paid for.
I will.
You found money for a champion's purse. You'll find money to keep the peace. I'll also give you 20 of my household guard until the crowds have left.
The realm prospers from such events, my lord. They give the great a chance of glory, and the lowly a respite from their woes.
And every inn in the city is full, and the whores are walking bow-legged.
I'm
I
sure
don't
the
have
swimming
crowd
pool's
control.
crazy in many a pocket.
No, population control, I should say.
Now, there's nothing else, my lords.
People ain't dying fast enough for them. Instead of, maybe building and expanding and growing and making your little area more prosperous and stronger, you want to just kill people. Sick.
I've been hoping to talk to you about John Harry.
His death was a great sadness to all of us. His sickness struck him very hard and very fast. I saw him in my chambers
Put it
just
together,
the
he
night
was
before
killed.
he passed. Lord John often came to me for counsel.
He was
Why?
poisoned.
Oh, he came inquiring after a book.
I'd like to read it.
The lineages and history of the great houses of the Seven Kingdoms.
John Harry didn't tell you what he wanted with it.
He did not, my lord.
Did he say anything to you during his final hours?
The seed is strong, I think it was.
The seed is strong. What does that mean?
A dying mind is a demented mind, Lord Stark. For all the weight they're given, last words are usually as significant as first words.
And you're quite certain he died of a natural illness?
Well, what else could it be?
Poison.
Poison.
Disturbing thought. I don't think it likely. But the hand was loved by all. What sort of man would
Y'all
dare?
just brush
But it
stuff
said
off.
that poison is a woman's weapon.
Yes. Women, cravens, and eunuchs. Did you know that Lord Varys is a eunuch?
Everybody knows that.
Yes, of course.
He's like right on to Lady Lannister. She said it's a woman's weapon. That was my favorite character doing today. Finding balance, huh?
Sirius says a water dancer can stand on one toe for hours.
So I fall down these steps.
Sirio says every hurt is a lesson, and every lesson makes you better. Tomorrow, I'm going to be chasing cats.
Cats? Sirio says.
He says every swordsman should study cats. They're as quiet as shadows and as light as feathers. You have to be quick to catch them.
He's right about that.
Now that Bran's awake, will he come live with us?
He needs to get his strength back first.
He wanted to be Knight of the King's Guard. He can't be one now, can he?
No. But someday, he could be Lord of a Holdfast. He'll sit on the King's Council.
Can I be Lord of a Holdfast?
You will marry a High Lord and rule this castle. And your sons shall be knights and princes and lords.
See, you guys already have predetermined, destinies for folks. She don't want it like that. She wants to do her own thing. You have to see that. I thought he understood that she has a different path. She doesn't want to be what, which y'all, I guess, determined them to be already before they even born. Like y'all y'all like things to be the exact same way. Like nobody likes change. She's the only character that likes change. That's why I like her. Like she's different. She knows what she wants.
To be your new watch
She
partner.
goes for it. Doesn't even ask permission. She
I
just,
should warn you.
she's a beast.
On the morning of my 18th name day, my father came to me.
Name day,
You're
that's
almost
different.
a man now, he said, but you're not worthy of my land and title. Tomorrow, you're going to take the black, forsake all claim to your inheritance and start north. If you do not, he said, then we'll have a hunt. And somewhere in these woods, your horse will stumble, and you'll be thrown from your saddle to die. Or so I'll tell your mother. Nothing would please me more.
Why? I don't understand why people are so harsh.
Sir Alice is going to make me fight again tomorrow, isn't he? I'm not going to get any better, you know.
Yes, you will.
Well, it can't get any worse.
Teach him, John. You need to get your own
I hear
like,
you're
loyal
reading a
friends
boring
who'll have
book.
your back.
Do you know Sir Hugh of the Vale? Until recently, he was only a squire. John Arryn's squire. He was knighted almost immediately after his master's untimely death.
Knighted for what?
For nothing.
Why are you telling me this?
I promised Cat that I'd help you.
Where is Sir Hugh?
He delivered the poison.
I'll speak to him.
A singularly bad
Hired
idea.
by Lady
Used to
Lannister
avoid
and promised
there.
knighthood.
One of Varys' little birds. The spider has taken a great interest in your comings and goings. Now look, there. That one belongs to the Queen. And do you see that scepter, pretending to read her book?
Larissa the Queen.
No, she's one of mine. Is there someone in your service whom you trust completely?
Yes.
The wiser answer was no, my lord. Get a message to this paragon of yours, discreetly. Send him to question Sir Hugh. After that, you might want him to visit a certain armorer in the city.
Why?
I have my observers, as I said, and it's possible that they saw Lord Arryn visit this armorer several times in the weeks before his death.
So he's trying to teach him, don't get your hands dirty.
Perhaps I was wrong to
Have other
trust
people.
you.
Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
He has spies. He's like, you kind of got to get spies so people don't know your moves. I see. You can get intel without anybody knowing you're getting the intel. Because then people get onto you and they plot against you.
So you?
I get it.
As you can see, I'm busy.
I'm here on behalf of Lord Eddard Stark, the Hand of the King.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir.
No, sir. Not tonight.
I see. Well, it just so happens that I am.
He said he'd be glad to talk to the Hand himself. He's a knight, you see.
Ah, a knight. You strut around like roosters down here.
You shouldn't be out here, my lord. There's no telling who has eyes where.
Let them look.
I thought my aunt did call on me, my lord, several times. I regret to say, he did not honor me with his patronage.
What did Lord Arryn want?
I always came to see the boy.
I'd like to see him as well.
Here he is. Strong for his age. He works hard. Show the hand the helmet you made, lad.
This is fine work.
It's not for sale. Boy, this is the king's hand. If his lordship wants the helmet, I made it for me. Forgive him, my lord.
There's nothing to forgive. When Lord Arryn came to visit you, what would you talk about?
I was being treated well. I liked it here. Then he started asking me about my mother.
Your mother?
Who she was, what she looked like.
What did you sell him?
She died when I was little. She had yellow hair.
Why won't you look at
She'd
him?
sing to me sometimes.
Look at me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's not looking at him. He's lying.
If the day ever comes when that boy would rather wield the sword than forge one, you send it to me.
Yeah, I don't think...
Find anything?
Hold on.
Robert's bastard son.
Oh. I thought that, I guess that doesn't really make sense, but I thought the queen had a secret child because she said her youngest died. And I was like, is that him? But now it's Robert's bastard. Never mind. But it would make sense because then the king would be like, how did you get pregnant? Or, I don't know. I guess maybe he wouldn't question that. I don't know. I don't know. That's just where my mind went. But it's Robert's bastard. I really don't like that they give people those titles. But it is what it is. Let's get back to it.
Should I leave it?
Listen. Do you hear them? He likes to do this when I'm on duty. Makes me listen as he insults my sister.
Forgive me, my lord.
Why do I have to forgive you? Have you wronged me?
We've met before, you know.
Have we? Strange, I've forgotten.
The Siege of Pike. We fought side by side one afternoon.
That's where you got your scar.
Aye. One of the Greyjoys nearly took my eye.
Vicious sons of whores.
They like the bloodshed.
They stopped liking it at the end. I saw the youngest of the Greyjoy lads at Winterfell. It's like seeing a shark on a mountaintop.
Theo. He's a good lad.
I doubt it.
I'll leave this with you. The message from Lord Stark.
I don't serve Lord Stark.
That guy's not getting anywhere.
Sam's no different from the rest of us. There's no place for him in the world, so he's come here.
I'm not going to hurt him in the training yard anymore. Never again, no matter what Thorne says. He's our brother now, and we're going to protect him.
You are in love, Lord Snow.
Y'all ain't shit, man.
You girls can do as you please. But if Thorne puts me up against Lady Piggy, I'm going to slice me off the side of bacon.
What are you gonna do, John? What are you gonna do, man? Like, these people just... Like, they just like to belittle one another. Yet y'all all here for the same reason. Y'all all been disowned by the world. Like...
No one touches son.
He got the dire wolf on him. I love it. And his looks vicious.
What are you waiting for? Attack him!
You get in there.
He's getting pissed.
You think this is funny, do you?
Yes, I do.
When you're out there, beyond the wall with the sun going down, do you want a man at your back? Or a sniveling boy?
So what? We just beat him up every day, cut him up. Like, come on, be realistic. If you actually train people instead of trying to belittle and hurt people, like, y'all might actually be worth a damn. And what the fuck is he doing?
You sent this whore to give me commands. I should have sent you back her head.
He really do not like taking any orders from Dany.
How many times do I have to tell you? You do not command me.
I wasn't commanding you. I just wanted to invite you to supper.
What's this?
It's a gift. I had it made for you.
Dothraki rags. Are you going to dress me now?
Please.
This stinks of manure. All of it.
Stop.
You would turn me into one of them, wouldn't you? Next, I want to braid my hair.
You've no right to a braid. You've won no victories yet.
You do not talk back to me.
Who do you think you are? Where the people with the whips? Come on, snatch him up again, please. Yes, Dany. Fuck him.
I am a Khaleesi of the Dothraki. I am the wife of the great Carl, and I carry his son inside me. The next time you raise a hand to
Look at him, he's scared.
will be the last time you have hands.
Yes. Preach, sister. That is what you gotta do. You gotta rise to power. She know her worth.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You used her.
I think it's a little bit unfair.
Now she gotta take advantage of this. She's queen.
I never met my mother. My father wouldn't even tell me her name. I don't know if she's living or dead. In the brothel, Miss Rose took off her clothes, but I couldn't do it. Because all I could think was, what if I got her pregnant? Another bastard named Snow. It's not a good life for a child.
See, he didn't want to do that to nobody else.
So,
he's such a good person.
you didn't know where to put it.
Of course, this motherfucker gotta walk in.
Enjoying yourselves?
Literally had 2 seconds of enjoyment.
You're cold, boys. Do you boys even remember the last winter? Was it uncomfortable at Winterfell? Were the days when you just couldn't get warm, never mind how many fires your servants built?
I build my own fires.
That's admirable. I spent 6 months out there, beyond the wall, during the last winter. We heard a rumour Mance Rayder was planning to attack Eastwatch, so we went out to look for some of his men. Capture them, gather some knowledge. The wildlings who fight for Mance Rayder are hard men. Harder than you'll ever be. They know their country better than we do. They knew there was a storm coming in, so they hid in their caves and waited for it to pass. And we got caught in the open. Wind so strong, it yanked 100-foot trees straight from the ground, roots and all.
Jesus.
You took your gloves off to find your cock to have a piss. You lost a finger to the frost. You don't know cold. Neither of you do.
Okay.
The horses died first.
So what, you think you're better than us because you survived?
Didn't have enough to feed them, to keep them warm. Eating the horses was easy. But later when we started to fall, that wasn't easy. We should have had a couple of boys like you along, shouldn't we? Soft, fat boys like you. We'd have lasted a fortnight on you and still had bones left over for soup.
Sick.
They will call you men of the Night's Watch, but you'd be fools to believe it. You're boys still. And come the winter, you will die.
You want them to die. You're just... I just have a hard time understanding people's motivations. Like, nobody wants to see anybody winning. Like, nobody wants anybody to do better. They just want them to... I don't know.
Viserys is less than
I just don't get it. Why everybody's so rude and harsh?
Truth now. Do you want to see your brother sitting on the Iron Throne?
Hell no.
No. The common people are waiting for him. Illyrio said they are sowing dragon banners and praying for his return.
The common people pray for rain, health, and a summer that never ends. They don't care what games the High Lords play.
My brother will never take back the Seven Kingdoms. He couldn't lead an army even if my husband gave him one. He'll never take us home.
Guess his plan is not the right plan.
Been sitting here for days! Start the damn joust before I piss myself.
They call him the Mountain. The Hound's older brother.
What happened to his face?
Sir Hugh of the Vale. He was John Arryn's squire. Look how far he's come.
Okay.
Yes, enough of the bloody pomp. How about it?
A joust. So is that like where they take them long swords and they like try to like stab each other off? What kind of game is this? How is this fun? It is. Oh my god. That shit is so big. I wouldn't even be able to. You couldn't pay me. Ooh. What did y'all expect to happen? Y'all so damn shocked? What was supposed to happen? Of course he was gonna die. Was this not to the death? They also probably didn't want him talking. Because everybody's always watching. They knew that he had answers, so he had to die. Trying to cover it up.
The Hound was just a pup, 6 years old maybe. Gregor, a few years older. Some lucky boys just born with the talent for violence. One evening, Gregor found his little brother playing with a toy by the fire. Gregor's toy. A wooden knight. Gregor never said a word. He just grabbed his brother by the scruff of his neck and shoved his face into the burning coals.
They gave him the Dwight treatment.
There, while the boy screamed, while his face melted.
Oh, bitch, kill me because I'm slitting your throat when you sleep. Got me fucked
There
up.
aren't very many people who know that story.
There's been no story to tell because I'm slaughtering everybody.
I thought we might put what happened on the King's Road behind us.
You what?
No, we ain't gonna forget what you did, bitch.
And forcing you to kill the beast was extreme. Though sometimes we go to extremes where our children are concerned.
Yeah, wait till he find out what you did to his. Then we'll talk about extreme.
She likes it here.
She's the only Stark who does.
What are you doing here?
I might ask the same of you. What is it you hope to accomplish?
The king called on me to serve him and the realm, and that's what I'll do until he tells me otherwise.
You can't change him, you can't help him. He'll do what he wants, which is all he's ever done. You'll try your best to pick up the pieces.
It's my job, then. So be it.
You're just a soldier, aren't you? You take your orders and you carry on. I suppose it makes sense. Your older brother was trained to lead and you were trained to follow.
I was also trained to kill my enemies, Your Grace.
As was I.
Any music the Northerners know is a howling of wolves.
Who walked in? Tyrion.
Fill up every room.
My men can sleep in the stable. As for myself, I don't.
She don't want to be seen, but he already knows she here.
Truly, my lord.
That's why he can't
With
get.
nothing.
Lady Stark. What an unexpected pleasure. I was sorry to miss you at Winterfell.
Uh-oh.
I was still Catelyn Tully the last time I stayed here. You, sir. Is that the black bat of Harrenhal I see embroidered on your coat?
It is, my lady.
And is Lady Went a true and honest friend to my father, Lord Hoster Tully of Riverrun?
She is.
The Red Stallion was always a welcome sight at River Run. My father counts Jonas Bracken amongst his oldest and most loyal bannermen.
Our lord is honored by his trust.
I don't quite see the purpose of this.
Oh, you will.
I know your sigil as well.
They're about to try to do something to Tyrion.
The Twin Towers of Frey.
He's innocent.
How fares your lord, sir?
She's showing you all the loyalty she
Well, my
has.
lady. He has asked your father for the honor of his presence on his 90th name day. He plans to take another wife.
This man came into my house as a guest, and there conspired to murder my
I knew
son,
she was gonna do this. I knew
a
it.
boy of 10.
Say something,
In the name
Tyrion.
of King Robert and the good lords you serve, I call upon you to seize him and help me return him to Winterfell to await the king's justice.
You done fucked up now, Lord Farquaad, coming up in here. Well, what I will say about that is he's incredibly intelligent. He didn't say anything there, but I think he will definitely be able to talk her out of it because he's gonna find out what evidence is presented against him, and he'll probably be able to give a better explanation as to what happened to his weapon. And he pretty much knows his sister and brother is behind this. Now, if he's going to snitch or not, I don't know. But he's been helping Bran. She doesn't know that. She may learn that when she gets there, and she's probably gonna be like, well, why would you do that? Why would you hurt him then help him? You know, she'll probably be like, oh, to, you know, remedy your guilt or something. But no, he's probably gonna give them up because he's been treated horribly. And if they're out of the, well, I don't know. I feel like he doesn't so much care for his brother and his sister and his family in general for how they treated him. So if there was going to be some sort of civil war between like Winterfell and, you know, the King's Landing folks, I feel like Tyrion would side with Winterfell. I'm just speculating. I really don't know if there'll ever be a civil war. Ned really like respects Robert and vice versa. And I actually kind of care, like, I like the Robert character. He's pretty cool. I just don't fuck with the Lannisters. So, but that's Robert's family. So, but at the end of the day, I mean, small price to pay if the Lannisters got to go. Like, I ain't that attached to the character. I just think he's pretty fair as a king. He's pretty funny too. Yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes. But I knew she was gonna do that. I just hope he cooperates. And I thought she was gonna like do worse, like have them jump him or do something crazy or try to kill him. I don't. But she was like, okay, I'm gonna arrest him and bring him to justice. But that's gonna be interesting because, like, say they do bring him before the king, the sister, the queen, has to watch her brother be basically punished for a crime she and her brother committed. So it's just like, what? I'm sure they're gonna watch and let him go down for it. But like, it would be funny, like, if he waited to confess until like everybody was watching, including them. So that is a scene I'm waiting for. I feel like it's gonna go somewhere, somewhat like that. That's my guess, but we'll see. Because the truth has to come out. Lady Stark is not gonna let that go. What else? So Jon, his situation is he cares for people. He cares about like the lives of folks. Like, he doesn't want to bring a child into this world to live a life like him. He doesn't want anybody to go through what he's gone through. And, you know, him being there, he sees that other people have had it worse. And he, I guess, sympathizes with them and he wants to help them. But it's just like the people in charge there don't want them to have help, which is weird. Like, instead of letting Jon like train these people, they just kind of put them in meaningless duels for entertainment. Like, nobody's getting better from this. Nobody's actually training these people. You sit there and shame them for not being able to handle themselves outside the walls or whatever and saying they would die if this happened. Okay, but they don't have training. Nobody's giving them training. How is somebody supposed to just come out the womb ready for battle? I mean, we can't all be the band in iron helmet ready to fucking joust at, you know, the flick of a dime. Like, they just don't make sense. Like, I guess they just feel you have to be naturally born for battle. I don't know. I mean, and Jon's a good fighter. They know that. So it's just like, what makes you think he wouldn't be able to handle himself? Because he wasn't like naturally born to be violent, because he had to train to get it. Like, I don't understand how you expect these people to fight or do expeditions and deal with threats as they come if you're not preparing them for it. All you're going to say is, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die. That's not helping, sir. Like, and then you bring more recruits in and what, hope that they just know what they're doing? Like, it just doesn't make sense. That's my whole issue with things. Like, these people, they just shame people. They just belittle you, give you a title. No matter how mighty you are, how little you are, you're a whore or you're a queen or you're a butcher or whatever. Like, they just love their titles. Everybody has a title. Like, and that title represents who you are. Like, it sickens me. Like, I don't like it. I don't like to see the mistreatment of others and the belittlement of others. So this whole idea is it just bothers me. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like this show is just hard to watch just because of like the treatment. But it's like, there's no point in me even getting mad about it because this is normal and it's gonna happen. But it just, sometimes I just sit here and I stay silent sometimes, but I'm kind of burning inside because it starts to just kind of piss me off just watching it. But I was like, I'm not even going to snap today. I'm just going to try to enjoy the episode. But it's like, I just get tired of watching my characters that I like get shit on. Like, it's so annoying. Nobody's getting what they deserve. But anyway, I'm enjoying Ned's detective arc. Like, he's trying to figure out what's going on. He's questioning people. I don't think that the squire turned knight's death was coincidence. I think somebody wanted him dead and they silenced him. The Lannisters, they move, what did Arya say? They move like cats. They move sneakily and quietly, like you'll never see them coming. That's how they move. So, like, you kind of got to put that together, you know. So the one dude, who I guess is the best friend of Lady Stark, he's trying to give him helpful advice on how to move around discreetly. He's trying to send his guy to get information, but his guy, he ain't never getting no information. He ain't never getting his objectives done. So I don't know what he's going to do about that. But Ned doesn't seem to be too concerned. I mean, I guess he knows his role, like, so he just kind of rather go and ask directly because, one, they have to give him answers because he's like second in command. He's the right hand, so everybody has respect for him. But at the same time, it's like you're not going to get anywhere if your enemy knows your moves because they're going to always be a step ahead of you. So it's like he's kind of got to figure out how to move and do this so he can get what he needs. But I think in the end, he'll get something, and I think Lady Stark will bring Tyrion over, and I think the truth will just all kind of come together naturally. It'll be real interesting. I'm excited to see where it goes. The next episode is what? The halfway mark, because it's only 10 episodes, so I'm excited to see what happens. There hasn't been anything crazy. They're just kind of hyping up like winter's coming. They're hyping up like the Targaryens on their way, and they kind of got this drama brewing between, you know, Winterfell folks and King's Landing folks. So it's just like, you know, so we'll see where this goes. Sorry if I was a little too quiet, but there's a lot of dialogue, like I said. I don't feel like it gave me too much to like react to because it's just like you got to take in information. But if it's not clear, I am really enjoying the show. Really enjoying. I'm just trying to take everything in and try to learn a lot about these characters. Once I know these characters and I start feeling them, I'll get more energetic, like how I be with Walking Dead. But I gotta learn first because this is not my territory. And some of these people just, it's boiling in here now. When I snap on some of these folks. All right, y'all. I'm gonna watch another one. Thank you guys for watching, and of course I want to hear what you guys thought. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll have more Game of Thrones coming your way.